morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started.
Good morning, dear students. I am Mrs. Navida Sheikh from MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's class, we'll be learning a very interesting chapter from your science textbook, that is study of sound. Now, this is the very first part that we are starting with, and hence it is very important to pay attention because we will be learning few basic concepts about sound in this video, and then later on we'll be using those terminologies to understand further part. Okay. Now, in your previous standards also you have learned about sound, as to what is sound, how sound is produced, how in your body the sound is produced, and it requires mediums. All these things we have already studied in our previous standards. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick revision of all that, and then we'll continue ahead with the main topic in the chapter. So let's get started. Now, in this chapter we will be learning about sound waves. We'll be learning about velocity of sound, reflection of sound, the human ear. Then in that we'll be learning about audible sound, infrasound and ultrasound. Okay, so these are the topics that we'll be covering in this chapter. For today we'll be studying about the first two topics, that is sound waves and velocity of sound. Okay, so let's continue and let's get to know first as to what is sound. So first thing I would like you all to answer is, have you ever used a musical instrument like a guitar, drum or violin? When you strike the strings of a guitar, we hear a sound. Same with the drum, right? When we hit a drum, we hear a thump sound. Yes or no? अगर हम लोग ड्रम को मारते हैं तो हम लोग को एक अलग से एक थम करके एक आवाज आती है. Also, how is one instrument able to create a wide variety of sounds? Now, if you see, अगर हमारे पास flute है, तो flute के अंदर बहुत सारे holes होते हैं, okay? And if you just keep on switching between those holes, तो उसमें अलग अलग तरीके की sound create होती है. एक ही instrument से अलग अलग sound, variety of sounds बन सकती है. Now, how does this happen? What is sound? How do we make a sound? How is the sound produced? And about propagation of sound. So all these things you have the answer in your previous standards. That is, in your 7th standard you have learned about that. But often we hear sound when we talk to people, listen to music, play a musical instrument, etc. But have you ever wondered what is sound and how it is originated? Or why do we hear our own voice when we shout in a big empty room? In this class, let us find out the answers to all these questions that we have asked right now. So as the question here is, what is sound? So everybody must be thinking कि it is very simple thing, जो हम लोग को सुनाई देता है वो sound है ना? But actually में अगर हम लोग science की language में अगर लिखना चाहते हैं as to what is sound, so how are we going to jot it down on the paper when it is asked in the question paper? So let us understand that. The first thing comes here is sound. What is sound? Sound is a form of energy. It is carried in the form of waves. Necessary conditions to produce sound is it requires vibration of a particle. Okay, all the instruments that you see on the screen, whether the drum, whether the guitar or the tuning fork, everything when you hit them, they vibrate. Okay, the particles around the object also tend to vibrate, and that way the sound keeps on transferring from one particle to the other and until it reaches to your ear. Okay, so vibration means the to and fro motion of a particle about its mean position. उसकी एक सेंटर पोजीशन से आगे पीछे जब कोई चीज हिलती है तो हम लोग कहते हैं कि वाइब्रेशन क्रिएट हो रहा है. Okay, you have learned about to and fro motion during the types of motion in your chapter in your 6th standard. ठीक है, to and fro में मतलब अगर हमारे पास रबर बैंड है, if you just pull the rubber band you will find that it is going up and down. Okay, that is the position that we're talking about. Okay, when we hit the drum, अगर हम लोग ये जो drum दिखाई दे रहा है, when we hit the drum, the membrane of the drums vibrate, producing sound. Yes. So this is one of the answer. How the instruments or anything which is producing sound, how do they produce sound? Because of vibration. Okay. Next, when we play a guitar, the string on it makes to and fro motion and produces sound. Right? For this also, in this scenario also, if you are playing with a guitar, and in the guitar you know that there are many strings. Okay, if you are playing with the strings, if you just play with one of the string, you will find that when you touch it, okay, when you try to play with it, you will find that there is a to and fro motion in that string. वो motion की वजह से sound create होती है, sound produce होती है. Next is the tuning fork. Sound, if you hit the tuning fork on a rubber piece or any surface, okay, so you will find that the tuning fork tends to vibrate. Okay, though not the entire tuning fork, but the prongs which are there on the top, जो ऊपर का जो U portion दिखाई दे रहा है, ये ऊपर की जो दो डंडी है वो हिलती है, vibrate होती है. You can actually see it also. So sound produced by vibrating prongs on a tuning fork. Okay, so this way these are a few examples of you understanding, for making you understand के vibration के वजह से sound सुनाई देती है. Okay, and sound is a form of energy. It is carried in the form of waves. Everybody needs to know this much. Sound from a source reaches the surrounding particles A in the of the air medium. Now, as I told you that propagation of sound requires medium. So first, and the very simple medium is air. Okay, if you're talking to your parents, if you're talking with your friends, you have nothing between your friend and you, right? हम लोगों को लगता है कि कुछ है नहीं, but still we are able to hear if you are speaking in a room. Okay, if you're sitting in one corner of the room and your brother is sitting in the other corner, still you can hear, right? And because there is a medium, हम लोगों को दिखाई नहीं देती है air, but air is a medium which is helping the particles to move from, it vibrates the particles which are present in the air, and that is the reason you can hear it. So when the prong of the tuning fork moves right and comes back, it compresses the air particles around it, resulting in the formation of compressions. ठीक है, compressions मतलब जहाँ पर ये lines on the right hand side corner you can see compression, मतलब जहाँ पर lines बहुत एक दूसरे से करीब होती है, ठीक है, तो वो compression का area है. When prongs move left and comes back, the air particles are separated again, forming rarefaction. Now see, if I press something, अगर मेरा हाथ है, अगर मैं दूसरी तरफ उसे ओपन करूंगी तो क्या होगा, जो साइड दूसरी साइड पे है चीज है वो प्रेस हो जाएगी, और मैं वापस अपना हाथ आगे ला लूंगी, नजदीक ला लूंगी, तो फिर वो चीजें लूज हो जाएंगी. ठीक है, सेम थिंग इज हैपनिंग व्हेन द ट्यूनिंग फॉर्क इज मूविंग. व्हेन द ट्यूनिंग फॉर्क मूव्स आउटसाइड, जो प्रॉन्ग जब बाहर की तरफ जाते हैं तो वहां पर कॉम्प्रेशंस क्रिएट होते हैं एयर के अंदर. जब ये ट्यूनिंग फॉक्स वापस अपनी जगह पर आ जाते हैं तो फिर से जो एयर के जो पार्टिकल्स है वो फिर से रिलैक्स पोजीशन पे आ जाते हैं, तो वहां पर वो उतने एरिया के अंदर रेयर फ्रैक्शन आ जाता है. ठीक है, सो द लाइंस वहां पर थोड़ी दूर दूर लाइंस दिखाई देती है, तो वो जो लाइंस दूर दूर है वो रेयर फ्रैक्शन का एरिया है. ठीक है, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस यू कैन हियर थिंग्स. Sound from a source reaches the surrounding particles A of the air medium. So here you can see if the phone is ringing, what happens? The phone is the sound source. वहाँ से जहाँ से sound आ रहा है. Then you have the molecules which are vibrating because of the sound source, right? मोबाइल के अंदर से जब आवाज निकलती है तो vibration create हो रही है, and that leads the vibration from the cell phone into the air particles, और वहां से वो vibrate होते होते हमारे कान तक पहुंचते हैं और हम लोगों को आवाज सुनाई देती है. ठीक है, so particle A pushes against particle B and comes back again. As a result, particle B pushes against C and comes back. This is how vibration are transferred till they reach the human ear. So I hope this much is clear up till here, how vibrations help in transferring and we are able to hear that, and how air has a compression and rarefactions because of the vibrating object. Okay, so I hope this much is clear to all of you. So according to our textbook, what is sound? Sound is a form of energy which creates the sensation of hearing in our ears. This energy is in the form of waves. So as I told you, कोई भी चीज साउंड क्रिएट प्रोड्यूस होने के लिए वाइब्रेशन होना जरूरी है कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट में. Right now I'm speaking to you. If I keep my, even if you can, if you want, you can try it at home also. Right now you have to keep your hand on your fingers on your throat and try to speak. Okay, when you speak out something, you will find that your throat tends to vibrate, and that is the reason why the sound could be heard to other people. Okay, so sound is a form of energy which creates the sensation of hearing in our ear. हम लोगों के कानों में वो आवाज जब गिरती है तो हम लोगों को सुनाई देती है वो साउंड. Okay, that is sound. It is a form of energy which travels in the form of waves. So here you can see waves के form में हमारे कान पर जब sound की energy पड़ती है तो हमें ये sensation होता है, और sensation of hearing could be felt in our ears. A medium is necessary for the propagation of sound waves. Always remember this. Sound waves cannot travel ऐसे ही कहीं पे भी travel नहीं कर सकते. They require a proper medium to travel. Sound waves give rise to a chain of compression and rarefaction in the medium. The particles of the medium oscillate about their central or mean position in a direction parallel to the propagation of the wave. So here you can see the central line. Okay, now on this central line you can see those up and down waves which are moving. Okay, those are sound waves, and these sound waves require a medium to travel. When they move, there is a chain of compression and rarefaction. Okay, compression means कहीं पर वो waves दबती हैं, कहीं पर वो खुलती हैं. So that way it is moving until it reaches into your ear. The particles of the medium, they oscillate. ये move होते हैं to and fro from their central position. ये line है, इसके ऊपर नीचे ये move होते हैं in the direction parallel to the propagation of the waves. Such waves are called as longitudinal waves. Now, what is the meaning of longitudinal waves? Let me explain you in a very simple language. Let us understand about the longitudinal waves. As I told you, I'll be explaining in very simple terms about longitudinal wave. Now, these movement of the particles that you see, ठीक है, जो रेड कलर की लाइन है लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे, उसके धक्के के वजह से ये particles जो है ये मूव हो रहे हैं, and you can see they are moving from one end to the other. Now this direction in which they are moving, these are called as longitudinal waves. Okay, just look at the movement of the particles. The waves particle vibrate back and forth along the path that the waves travels. Okay, these are compressional waves. So the wave particles, they vibrate back, पीछे और आगे along the part that the wave travels. तो बीच का जो part है उसके against में back and forth they keep on vibrating and form longitudinal waves. Here you can see the compressions, the close together part of the waves. जहाँ पर जो नज़दीक है वो compressions है. Rarefactions है the spread out part of the waves. बीच में आप लोगों को दिखाई देता है कि थोड़े spread out है particles, तो वो है rarefaction area. So compression means the close together part of the wave. Rarefaction means the spread out parts of a wave. So if you look into the picture, it will be much easier to understand what is compression and what is rarefaction. Now this type of waves that you see, this is very different from the longitudinal waves, right? जो हम लोग waves देख रहे थे longitudinal waves के बारे में जब हम लोग बात कर रहे थे, in that picture when you saw, the particles moving a bit differently. Now here these waves that you see are very different from that. So these waves are called as transverse waves. Now what are transverse waves? Wave particles vibrate in an up and down motion. Now पहले जो था वो back and forth था, पीछे और आगे हो रहे थे. अब ट्रांसवर्स वेव में ऊपर और नीचे मूव हो रहे हैं. एवरीबडी कैन सी ना, ऊपर और नीचे ये वेव्स मूव हो रही हैं, तो इसे हम लोग कहते हैं ट्रांसवर्स वेव्स. Here in transverse waves there is a crest and there is a trough. Now crest means the highest part of a wave and trough means the lowest point of the wave. So here if you see, जब ये वेव ऊपर जाता है, जो ऊपर की तरफ वेव उठ रही है उसे हम लोग कहते हैं crest, और जो नीचे की तरफ होता है, मतलब जो अंदर धस जाता है, तो उसे हम लोग कहते हैं trough. So that is the low point of the wave. So these are the two things that you need to remember when studying about the transverse waves. Let us understand a few terminologies of when we're studying sound. We need to know about these terminologies. You've already learned them. We will quickly revise that. Amplitude. Amplitude is the maximum distance the particles in a wave vibrate from their rest position. Means जहाँ से भी sound generate हो रही है, ठीक है, जहाँ पर से भी वो produce हो रही है, वहाँ से लेके जहाँ तक हमारे को सुनाई दे रहा है, ठीक है, that is the maximum distance the particle is traveling. So वो distance को हम लोग amplitude कहते हैं. Next is frequency. The number of waves produced in a given time. If suppose if I have 1 second का टाइम दिया है मुझे, उसके अंदर कितने नंबर ऑफ वेव्स जनरेट हो रहे हैं, प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं, उसे हम लोग कहते हैं फ्रीक्वेंसी. एक सेकंड के अंदर कितने वेव्स आई, तो वो हमारा फ्रीक्वेंसी है. ठीक है. The next term that we're talking about is pitch. It is always said that उसका पिच बहुत हाई था, बहुत लो पिच में वो बात कर रहे थे, बट हमें पता नहीं होता है कि वो पिच एक्चुअली है क्या. It is the description of how high or low the sound seems to a person. जब हम लोग बात करते हैं, right now I'm talking to you, you all can hear me, or some students, there are different people who are talking in different pitch, right? कभी हम लोगों को लगता है कि बहुत जोर से बोल रहे हैं, तो we say that बहुत high note या high pitch में बात कर रहे हैं. So that is what we are talking about. So the description of how low or how high the sound seems to a person, मतलब सामने वाले के ऊपर है ये. ठीक है. Next is loudness. Now what is loudness? Let us see that also. How loud or soft a sound is perceived to be. Now description of the sound अलग होता है, और how loud. If I'm shouting, okay, if I'm talking softly, that is altogether a different thing from pitch. Pitch means जब हम लोग बात करते हैं तो कितनी इंटेंसिटी से हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, वो हाई है, आप लोगों के कान में लग रही है, या फिर आप लोग कंफर्टेबल हो, that is what is pitch. And loudness means how loud I am, कितने जोर से मैं बोल रही हूँ, कितने softly मैं बोल रही हूँ, सामने वाले को किस तरीके से सुनाई दे रहा है वो, that is what is loudness. Few more terms that we need to know, and if you want you can jot them down in your notebooks. Now this is a graph that I have in front of you so that it becomes clear to you what we're talking about exactly. Now as I told you that when a wave is generated, now this is a transverse wave that I'm talking about. ठीक है, because there is a crest जो ऊपर का part है और throw है जो नीचे की तरफ है. From point A till point C, ठीक है, this is the distance between A and C. So that is the length of one full wave. जब एक पूरा वेव एक ऊपर जाकर नीचे जाकर वो पूरा कंप्लीट हो जाएगा ना वेव, that is called as the wavelength. What is a wavelength? The length of one full wave along x-axis represented by lambda. Okay, this is a word alphabet, new mathematical alphabet that is used to represent wavelength. Okay, from figure AC, here you can see AC is the wavelength. It is measured in Armstrong unit, that is A, capital A. 1 Armstrong unit is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 meters. Now, oscillation is not a new word to you because you've already learned it in many standard also. From 6th standard you are learning what is oscillatory motion and all that, right? So one complete to and fro motion where one full wave is constituted. From the figure, if a wave starts from point A, it completes full wave at C, making one oscillation. ओके तो ऑस्किलेशन तो सबको पता था द टू एंड फ्रो मोशन जब ये टू एंड फ्रो मोशन होता है तो ये बोलते हैं हम लोग वन ऑस्किलेशन हैज बीन कंप्लीटेड नेक्स्ट टर्म दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज एम्पलीट्यूड आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड यू एम्पलीट्यूड अर्लियर आल्सो अगेन आई एम रिवाइजिंग इट द मैक्सिमम डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ अ वेव ऑन आइदर साइड ऑफ इट्स मीन पोजीशन कितना ऊपर वो वेव उठ रही है और कितना नीचे वो वेव जा रही है दैट इज नोन एज द एम्पलीट्यूड ओके फ्रॉम द फिगर xy is the amplitude of the wave. ठीक है? So the maximum displacement of a wave on either side of its mean position. The mean position is this x-axis. ठीक है? इसके ऊपर या इसके नीचे कितना ये ऊपर उठती है या कितना ये नीचे जाता है. That distance from x-axis is called as the amplitude. Time period means कितना time लगता है एक wave complete होने में. So the time taken by a wave to complete one oscillation. It is denoted by T, capital T. Next is frequency. The number of oscillation made by wave in 1 second. कितने number of oscillations have been completed in 1 second? I've explained you earlier also. It is denoted by nu or f. Its unit is hertz, that is Hz. We'll be using frequency later in next few videos also. So remember frequency, what is frequency? Okay. So frequency again I'll repeat the number of oscillation मतलब एक सेकेंड के अंदर कितने waves complete waves generate हो रहे हैं वो frequency है ठीक है. It is denoted by a small f or nu and the unit is hertz. Let us also see the relationship between time period and frequency. Time period is equal to 1 upon frequency and frequency is equal to 1 upon time period. Alright. So these are a few important things that you need to remember. Here in this picture you can easily make out the difference between the transverse wave and longitudinal wave. Okay, so transverse wave you can see it is going up and down and longitudinal wave you can see that they are going back and forth. Okay, so there is a huge difference between both the waves and because of the two waves are different, there are different terms also used. In transverse waves you have trough and you have crest, whereas in longitudinal waves you have compression and rarefaction. Okay, let us understand more about wavelength. The wavelength of sound wave is indicated by the Greek letter lambda, while its frequency is indicated by nu. The amplitude, which is the maximum level of pressure or density, is indicated by capital A. The time taken from one oscillation of pressure or density at a point in the medium is called the time period and is indicated by T. The value of frequency determines the pitch, that is high, how or low, the sound, while the value of the amplitude determines its strength or loudness. ठीक है, तो ये जो हम लोगों ने वर्ड्स पढ़े थे फ्रीक्वेंसी और एम्पलीट्यूड ये दोनों डिसाइड करता है लाउडनेस और पिच. ठीक है, सो इफ द वैल्यू ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी मतलब कितनी बार वो वेव ऊपर नीचे हुई थी इतने पर्टिकुलर टाइम में तो वो डिसाइड करता है पिच. while the value of amplitude as I explained you कि कितना वेव कितने टाइम में वो वेव कंप्लीट होती है ठीक है कितना ऊपर और नीचे जब वेव जाती है that shows the strength or the loudness of the sound. Okay, so I hope this much is clear to all of you. Let us understand about the next topic, that is velocity of sound. The distance covered by a point on the wave, for example, the point of highest density or lowest density, in unit time is the velocity of the sound wave. Now the distance covered by a point on the wave, अगर कोई भी एक point है उसको कितना जो distance cover करता है on the wave, एक particular time के अंदर, उसे हम लोग कहते हैं velocity of sound. So velocity of sound is given as velocity is equal to distance upon time, where v is equal to wavelength upon, that is wavelength into lambda, because 1 upon t is equal to nu. At any point on the sound wave covers a distance equal to wavelength lambda in time t, that is time period. Thus the velocity of sound is given by velocity is equal to wavelength upon time period. V is equal to lambda upon t. Okay, so with this I hope velocity of sound is also clear to all of you. Thus the velocity of sound is equal to wavelength into frequency. Now let us understand more about these things. The Italian physicist Borelli and Viviani in the 1660s first calculated the speed of sound. They measured the time between seeing the flash of a gun and hearing its sound from a long distance. Now, earlier people used to, nowadays also there is a gun when we are running, okay, especially in the sports. You must have seen it in the television also during sports. They have a gun so that everybody can hear the gunshot. जब हम लोग वो gunshot सुनते हैं तो there is along with the sound there is a flash of light also. So when they saw that, they measured the time seeing the flash and the sound when they heard it. Their value of 350 meter per second is very close to the value of 346 meter per second, which is accepted today. Okay, so these were the two physicists who had calculated that value, and we should remember these values also. Now the velocity of sound here in this picture, it is very clearly shown that solid, liquid and gas. When the particles in the solid, they are very closely held to each other, right? तो particles एक दूसरे से बहुत जल्दी जल्दी मैसेज सेंड करेंगे ना, right? Yes or no? और whereas liquid के particles थोड़े दूर दूर है, solid gas के तो और भी दूर है. So that way the velocity of sound varies in different mediums as well. Okay, so let us understand that also. Now here in any medium, a fixed physical condition, the velocity of sound of different frequency is very nearly the same. Here you can see how the particles are moving. The velocity is highest in solids and least in gases. It increases with an increase in the temperature of the medium. Okay, so velocity depends upon temperature also and the medium in which it is produced. So agar solid hai तो velocity will be more and in gas it will be less. Alright, it also varies because of the temperature of the medium as well. So let us understand few more terminologies. Velocity of sound in a gaseous medium. The velocity of sound in a gaseous medium depends on the physical condition, that is the temperature, density of the gas and its molecular weight. Temperature. The velocity of sound is directly proportional to the square root of the temperature of the medium. Means अगर टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा है तो वेलोसिटी भी ज़्यादा होगी, अगर टेम्परेचर कम है तो वेलोसिटी भी कम होगी. इट इज़ डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल, मतलब अगर एक बढ़ेगा तो दूसरा भी बढ़ेगा, अगर एक कम होगा तो दूसरा भी कम होगा. ठीक है. दिस मीन्स दैट इंक्रीजिंग द टेम्परेचर 4 times doubles the velocity. Density, that is R. The velocity of sound is inversely proportional to the square root of density. Now इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल मीन्स अगर एक बढ़ेगा तो दूसरा घटेगा, अगर डेंसिटी बढ़ रही है तो वेलोसिटी कम होगी, अगर वेलोसिटी बढ़ेगी तो डेंसिटी कम होगी. सो दैट इज वाइस वर्सा व्हेन दे आर इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल. द लास्ट वन इज मॉलिक्यूलर वेट. द velocity of sound is inversely proportional to the square root of molecular weight of the gas. Thus Increasing the molecular weight 4 times reduces the velocity to half its value. ठीक है? So again, molecular weight is inversely proportional to the velocity of sound, and you should know these formulas as well. So I hope with this part of the video was quite clear and interesting to all of you. In the next coming period, we'll be learning something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.
If you like the session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share, and this session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.